You know, I think it's very important as we go forward toward this election to always compare Joe Biden to Donald Trump, to show them side by side, like I'm about to show you in this next clip. Because I think after the debate, everyone lost sight of the situation. They all saw Joe Biden have a bad debate performance. I'm not here to defend that performance. Joe Biden has not tried to defend that performance. We all know it was bad. But the media just came like vultures on that. They just came like vultures on that, and they began to pick Joe Biden apart for that bad debate performance. And meanwhile, turn a blind eye to all of the things that have came out on Trump. They've not said a word about Epstein. They've not said a word about those tapes that we've covered here on the channel. They're keeping that all quiet, and they're focused on an 82-year-old man with a stutter. But I think as we go forward, it's very important that we show the two side by side so people can realize that when you hold them up side by side, Joe Biden on his absolute worst day is light years better than Donald Trump at his very best, if you could even call it that. Take a look at this clip and then let's talk more about it.
49, the leaders of 12 countries, including President Truman, came together in this very room and created the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the single greatest, most effective defense alliance in the history of the world.
I didn't even know what the hell NATO was too much before, but it didn't take me long to figure it out, like about 2 minutes.
And the American people understand what would happen if there was no NATO. Another war in Europe. American troops fighting and dying.
Everybody has a caught a water spot. Where water comes out, you get, they don't have anything for me.
It wasn't inevitable. Again and again at critical moments, we chose unity over disunion.
Sir, Chris Christie is not a fat pig. Please remember that. He is not a fat pig.
Progress over retreat.
I said, no, I will not protect you from Russia.
Freedom over tyranny.
When people who love our country protest on January 6th in Washington, they become hostages.
Hope over fear.
Let's look at the Jefferson Memorial. Let's look at the Washington Monument. Let's go and look at some of the beautiful scenes, and you end up getting shot, mugged, raped.
Make no mistake, Ukraine can and will stop Putin.
I had a very good relationship with Putin. We talked about it. It was the apple of his eye.
This is a pivotal moment for Europe, for the transatlantic community, and I might add for the world.
Did you ever hear of Hannibal Lecter? They always say, oh, that's terrible, that Trump would say. He is rambling about Hannibal Lecter. No, I'm not rambling. Yes, oh yes, and quickly, says President Trump. Yes, oh yes.
I'm sorry, but that's just embarrassing, okay? I get messages every day from people outside this country, and they're concerned about what's going on in the United States. And they say to me, Brando, we're worried about what's going on in your country. We can't believe that he's still in the game. We can't believe that he's not been held accountable. We can't believe that there are people still taking him seriously. And then they start telling me about the rise of fascism they see in their country and how it's starting to affect them too, and how they hope that that type of extreme doesn't ever fully catch on where they're at. I hear it from them all the time. And all I can say is that it is truly humiliating to play a clip like that, because it really should have just been a funny Saturday Night Live skit. That's all Donald Trump should have ever been. He should have just been material for satire. He should have just been material for Saturday Night Live to take and run with and make a joke out of, because the whole thing plays like a satirical skit. The funny part is, folks, when I sit down in this chair to make videos every day, I tune into the news, I catch up with what's going on, I study what's going on, I try to get an understanding of it, but there are so many times that I say to myself, this can't be real. That headline has to be satire. That headline has to be clickbait. There's no way that someone is this stupid. There's no way that this idiotic moment could have actually happened. No, they can't be serious. And then I tune in and realize it's real. And I have actually went and looked at things several times before I talked about it, because I was afraid that it would be satirical. And then later I would have to come out and say, hey folks, sorry, I talked about that and it wasn't true. There's been a few times that it still happens, but for the most part, 9 out of 10 times, no, it's absolutely accurate. I remember years and years ago, I saw a headline and I read an article that I didn't realize was satire. This was during the second Obama administration. And it was satirical, and I ranted about it on social media, and someone pointed out that it was satire, and I was relieved. I was like, well, okay, good. I'm glad that's satire, because I can't believe that was really happening. Now, I read this stuff and look into it, and I find out, nope, it really is true. That wasn't satire. That wasn't a joke. And all I can say to the people watching outside of this country is that it's truly embarrassing for people like us to show you things like that and show you that that's what we got going on, and say to you that, yes, we do have people in this country who are sitting back trying to decide between those two. They're seeing that, and they're trying to decide between those two. They're seeing that, and they're thinking that Trump, as stupid and moronic as he is, yeah, we might could go for another dose of that. And they think that because the mainstream media has decided to crucify Joe Biden over a bad debate performance and not talk about the Epstein tapes, not talk about any of those things. Let's sweep all that under the rug. Let's just put up a poll. Every time Donald Trump makes a mistake, instead of talking about the mistake and instead of saying, hey, baby, you should drop out for becoming a convicted felon, all they do is say, hey, look, he's surging in the polls. You can't do nothing to him. That just makes him stronger. You just got to sit back and let him walk all over the Constitution. You just got to let him sit back and sell and exploit the Bible. Don't say nothing about it. If you say something about it, they'll just like him even more. That's what we're contending with every day. Well, I don't give a damn if me pointing this out makes them cheer for him even louder. They're still wrong. It don't make them right. Joe Biden had a bad debate performance. Fine, I'll give it to you. I'll own it all day long. So will Joe Biden. Donald Trump stood there and lied his ass off. So you're telling me that you're okay with somebody if they can lie, as long as they can lie with precision, as long as they can just say it with confidence, you're okay with that? That's what you want to lead? The fact that you would look at the clip I just showed you and go, yeah, well, you know, maybe Trump's not so bad. Both sides are the same. I'm so sick of the argument. I'm so sick of the argument. I have to be honest with you, to anyone out there who's ever said, well, I don't know if Trump's all that bad. I don't know if Trump would ever do those things. I think you might be getting all worked up. I just want you to know that the respect I had for you started going, yeah. Because you're not paying attention. And you're saying to me that Donald Trump and his actions are not a deal breaker. So far, all we have is a bunch of conspiracy theories that right-wingers have cooked up about Joe Biden and Hunter's laptop. But we've not saw any actual evidence. We've not saw anything. Their impeachment scams have fell flat on their face because they got nothing. Meanwhile, we have Trump on video and audio doing all of it, just saying it all out loud. We got him dancing with Epstein. We have all the pictures, all the proof, all him talking about what a great guy he was, all him talking about how much he loves Project 2025 and he can't wait to put them in place. We've got all the receipts. And there are still people sitting back and going, yeah, but it's just a conspiracy theory, man. It's rigging it against him. The whole system's just rigged against Trump, man. They're just all trying to get after him. Yeah, they just won't leave him alone, man. No, he won't quit breaking the law. No, there just keeps more and more stuff just keeps coming out on him. And we're trying to tell you, hey, you've got a criminal for your front runner. You can sit and accuse our side of it all day, but until you come up with evidence, you got an empty sack. We have got bags full of receipts that we throw at you every day. And you still sit there. Anymore when I share my videos on social media, I just sit back and say to myself, I can't wait to see how the trolls spin this one. And it's pretty sad watching people who I once thought were reasonable or who I once thought were sensible watch that clip and go, yeah, he's trying to make Trump look bad. Yeah, you guys just trying to rig a game against him. No, he's trying to rig the game in his favor, and he goes out of his way on a daily basis to make himself look bad. He does not need my help. I'm just one little old dude in a lawn chair in East Tennessee, okay, sitting on his deck porch here in East Tennessee. I'm just one little guy talking about Trump. All right, I don't have the power to get him. I'm just pointing out the obvious while you guys sit there and keep throwing your money at him for his phony Bibles and for his phony sneakers and his mugshot with a quote that says never surrender while he was surrendering, and his trading cards and his head on Rambo and Superman's body, all the ridiculous flags you fly. I've never once looked over at any of them and thought, wow, man, there's a guy that stands up for what he believes. Wow, man, there's somebody that's cool. I've said, wow. Thanks for letting me know not to come near your boat. Thanks for letting me know I don't ever want to carry on a conversation with you. Thanks for letting me know what a flaming idiot you are. I mean, I'm not, and if somebody, oh, I used to like that guy. He made me feel dumb. I'm not trying to make you feel dumb. I'm just trying to point out the obvious. It's not about trying to make you feel dumb or make you feel bad. It's just, hey, you're getting played here. You're getting conned, and you've got democracy in your hands, and you're not handling it with care. You're sitting back on the ropes, just watching clips like that, thinking I'm trying to make him look bad. No, he's making himself look bad, and you're making yourself look even worse by buying into his bullshit. Wake up. I mean, what's it going to take? I wonder what line he will eventually cross with them where they go, oh, wait, we were wrong. Or will they be like those people, you still see them today in the Waco documentaries and still waiting for Crash to come back? Is that what it's going to be?